got everything working right now. So, hey, how come this looks dark on Facebook? I wonder. Well, either way, we are back at it. So, hey guys, I am here checking in because, hey, why not? And it is a good time in entrepreneurship right now. Is it Akmo Music? How are you? Thanks for popping in. Aaron Alls is in the building. Hey, Aaron, how are you? We got to catch up for lunch sometime soon. I don't know when, but I still think we should have lunch sometime soon. Felita, hey, girl, how are you? Good to see you guys today. So I'm popping in just all about this entrepreneurial journey that we're all on. Most of you guys on here right now, we're on this entrepreneurial journey. And I don't think people talk about it enough, including myself. When I talk about entrepreneurship, I talk about all the good things, like how you make money and you have freedom and flexibility and how you get to have your own day and you can do this and you can do that. But I think that I have been a little bit neglectful. Hey, Felita. Hey there, Larry Cole. How's it going? Thanks for popping in. I would love to hear from you guys. Let's just keep a conversation going because you guys can let me know what you're seeing in the entrepreneurial journey. But I don't think we talk enough about the mental health of it all. Right. Again, and I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving you any advice here today. I'm just going to take you through anecdotally what's been going on with me and how I, kind of keep myself at ease in a lot of regards. But I wasn't like that when I first was an entrepreneur. So sound off in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys are doing. But I've talked to a lot of my friends who are entrepreneurs, a lot of my peers who are entrepreneurs, and it's been an interesting space through the last few years, ever since COVID. Like some people did really, really well, and then things fell apart and things did okay after COVID and things. So everybody's been in a different space, but we've all had to figure out what we're going to do in this entrepreneurial journey to keep our sanity, right? And so I just thought I would pop in because, again, even myself, I don't talk about mental health because I'm not a mental health professional or anything of that nature, but I think it does say something that we need to at least, make sure we're checking in on our peers and talking to people. So I have found, what's up, Chanel Rose? Hey. And I think I've talked to even Chanel about this. Like some of you guys I have talked about this with. And when it comes to entrepreneurship and keeping our mental health, where it needs to be, a lot of us are under pressure, right? It's like there's ebbs and flows. And again, I don't talk a lot about this at all. I talk about only when the good things that are happening in my business. But I don't always have a consistent cash flow always coming in. And I don't think enough people or coaches talk about that. And I think it's a little bit unfortunate. Woo! Yes, girl. I don't think it's fair to set up our clients to make them think like, hey, this journey is going to be great. And you're always going to have consistent cash flow coming in. I don't think enough people are talking about that. So we can prepare people for the reality of it all, right? If you don't have another secondary source of income or some savings, entrepreneurship can really get to you because it can be feast or famine sometimes. And if you don't have money coming in, then how are you going to make a living? Like, how are you going to make your mortgage and your rent? So I don't think we talk about that enough, and we need to. There is a lot of pressure to make money every single month in order to pay your bills. So just something you need to think about. Also, you also need to be thinking about, when I was in corporate America, what was really cool is I had coworkers every single day, and I loved my coworkers, and I got to hang out with my coworkers. I could have lunch with my coworkers. I could complain to my coworkers. You agree, Larry? Okay, at least I'm not on my own. Yeah, and when I was in corporate America, I had friends, and we were all in this thing together. Once I got out and I became an entrepreneur, and I'm really more of a solo entrepreneur. Yeah, I have contractors, but there's nobody here. Like, there's nobody in my office at all. There's nobody in cubicles or anything like that. I really am doing that. Let's see. It says, is it Bit Foundation? Hi, how are you? Let me know what you think about. Oh, is that my guy? Hey, I think that's my guy, but I can't see the picture too well. Cleus, is that you? But you guys, honestly, with regards to entrepreneurship, a lot of us are solopreneurs or we're not working in offices anymore. And that can take a toll on you. It can make you feel a little bit isolated or lonely, sometimes. So this entrepreneurial journey, it has a lot of good things about it. And I'm so grateful. I don't think I would ever want to not be an entrepreneur, but I just thought I would come on here and make sure we're checking on each other, right? Make sure you're checking on your entrepreneurial friends. Make sure they're okay. And think about it, because a lot of people are dealing with stress and anxiety, because again, if there's ebbs and flows, when those ebbs happen and things, aren't, when you're not making as much money as you think you should or you thought you were, it can take a toll on you, right? A lot of also people deal with depression. and giving themselves bigger goals. And when they don't hit the goals, they think that they're, I love you too, Aaron Oz. A lot of people deal with depression and feeling like they're not good enough. A lot of people deal also in entrepreneurship. Anybody dealt with this? You can let me know if you're open to it. A lot of people deal with imposter syndrome and they feel like I'm not good enough. I don't have enough material to talk about. Who am I to tell other people how to do this? And they end up quitting even though they really do have all the capacity, they do have all the experience, like they are ready to do this, but they talk themselves out of it. That can really happen as an entrepreneur. Even when you've been doing this like 4 or 5 years, there's going to be days, maybe not, when you're like, am I doing a good job? Am I helping my clients? Is this really what I set out to do? Like you start to, and I'm sure most of you guys know what imposter syndrome is, but it's that. It's starting to question yourself. Like, am I being an imposter? Am I trying to be something that I'm really not? Am I trying to show the people how to do something when I really don't know how to do it? You guys, these are the things that I talk to so many entrepreneurs, and this is what they're dealing with. And again, I just don't feel like enough people, at least, hey, Virginia Ruth, I don't feel like enough people at least talk about this. And I really think we should. I think it's really important that we have conversations around the mental health thing because we see people who are having trouble with mental health and it's too far along. We need to talk about it now so that we can help each other and be there for each other. That's what I'm talking about. Again, I'm not giving any advice because I'm not a medical profession at all. Exactly, Aaron. Aaron, you get me. But I still think like we should check on each other and make sure we're talking about that. And that's one of the things that I would, another thing people get in entrepreneurship, burnt out and fatigued. You know why? Because you need to go take a nap. You need to go take a nap. If you are burnt out or you have fatigue, you got to go take a nap. And if I was talking about self-care tips, which I'm not a self-care tip expert or anything like that, and I know everybody talks about self-care, that's not what I'm here to do. But some days you are going to have to. And Aaron, you know about this. You're great at this. You got to meditate. Like you really got to just, zone out. Like go meditate, go pray, do something, take a break. I need this message today. Oh, good, Virginia. Sometimes you got to take a break. And what I'm doing now, because I really want to protect my own mental health, my health period. I am going to I started this year just making, you popped up at the right time. Oh, good. I really am working on just, making sure I take breaks. And that's throughout my day. So in the morning, I'll do something, but throughout the day, because I take appointments back to back to back to back to back, which I thought was so cool when I first got into entrepreneurship. It's not for me. I don't want to do appointments back to back to back. That's not what I want to do. It's too much for me. I can only take a few appointments each day and they need to be quality appointments. But that's not how it was in the beginning. But that's how I could have gotten burnt out if I didn't recognize it was a lot for me to take all those appointments all the time. So you got to figure out what works for you. It might be quality over quantity. Okay. You might want to start looking at having less appointments like I did, but with quality people, because those are going to be more yeses. I was taking on all these appointments and I was getting no after no after no after no. That can take a little toll on your little heart, on your little head. It can take a little toll, y'all, and we don't want that. Okay, so start thinking about what works for you. And the other thing I wanted to make sure, and I wrote some notes, make sure we're doing all the things we know we're supposed to be doing. Take the breaks, take a vacation if you can afford to take a vacation. But even if you can't, take a Saturday or a Sunday off and just zone out or just go to the park or do something with friends and make sure you're interacting with friends. Like I was saying before, a lot of us are isolated right now. After COVID, things kind of changed. We're not seeing people. We're doing everything via Zoom. I see everybody via Zoom. I see so many people via Zoom, but you guys, I have to realize I'm not seeing people in person. So I need to do that. Like I need to get out and about more because right now, Monday through Thursday, I don't see pretty much anybody. I'm on Zoom and stuff like that. That's not healthy. It's not healthy for me. And that's something I got to speak to myself about and make sure I'm getting out and I don't know, go talk to my neighbors, knock on one of my neighbors' doors or something, but I can't just be in here every day, day in, day out, just doing tele stuff and not actually interacting with people. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. Also, get the right sleep and rest. Sometimes, like I said, you guys got to go take a nap. The other day, I was feeling like kind of like not my best, I'll be honest. And somebody told me just get in the bed, and I never take naps. But it was so invigorating for me, you guys. I'm not a nap person, but I see when people that I've been told all the time, you need to take naps. And I was like, oh, that's for lazy people. And so no, it really reinvigorated me and made me better for the rest of the day. Get out into nature. That's what I got to do every single day now. What's up, blessed child? Oh, Jay, what's up, Gardeet? I'm sure you can speak to this. We're talking all about mental health. Like, what do you do as an entrepreneur? What are you doing? And maybe you guys can sound off in the chat. So hard to take breaks when you work from home. So that's a good one. And everybody sound off in the chat. How do you divide home? Like if you work from home, as I do, how do you break like this is house and this is work? Like how do you divide that? Because that's such a good point, Aaron. Like when, at one point in time, I was taking my computer into the bed with me. Like, that is bonkers. Hashtag mental health. Exactly, you guys. So we got to figure out what those boundaries are, where work stops. Maybe it stops here, and after you can, I don't know, or maybe after a certain hour. But Aaron, that's such a good point. I use my calendar. Nice. Okay. Maybe you're blocking off at like you said, after 6, I'm not doing any more work. But Aaron, it is difficult, especially when you get an email from a client and you're like, oh, let me respond to this email, but it's, it could be 9 o'clock at night, but let me get back to them so I don't lose this client, something like that. So I think you made a great point. I also think that we need to make sure, like I said, figure out what you're eating. I get it. Sometimes we don't eat, or sometimes, we're not eating the best stuff because we're rushing and stuff like that. But maybe just get some trail mix or some fruit that you can have at your desk. Make sure you got some type of water. And I'm being honest with you guys. Like, I'm not a healthcare professional or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I do. Just make sure you got to stay hydrated. Like, our brain is, I don't know, like 80 or 90% water. Like, you got to stay hydrated. You got to, have the snacks and stuff like that just to make sure you're exercising. Something that I know, Aaron, you're great at that. I am not as good as you on that one, but I do every day for the most part, get out and take a walk or do something. It's been raining here in LA, so I didn't get out every day, but I do want to get out in nature every single day. Hear the birds chirping, and feel the sun and see the sky and be like, okay, I believe in God. So I'm like, look at God, and whatever you believe in, that's fine. But it allows me to just be like, okay, this is something. Up to 5 miles now every morning. Man, Aaron, you just be crushing it out here. You know what I'm saying? You in the exercise thing. You know what? I still have, you gave me these bands and I still use those bands. You probably don't remember, but you showed me how to use these bands. I still use them. Larry said budget for breaks. Yeah, we do have to budget for the breaks. We got to put in our calendar, like Ardit said. Body is 70% water. Exactly. Up to about running away from the stress. I know, Aaron, especially with what you do. Sharon Moulton. Hey, I got some real estate people on here right now, you guys. Sharon, we were just going over all the ways we can, make sure we're protecting our souls, our brains, our bodies, even when we're entrepreneurs, right? Because I don't think a lot of people talk about it. I don't think a lot of people talk about it, but we definitely need to make sure we are preserving ourselves so that we don't burn out. Another thing, like I said, make sure you're talking to other people who are entrepreneurs. We need to create a community, and I think that would be such a great idea. But you can get in masterminds and stuff like that, but create a community where you can talk to people about the stresses, the ups and the downs, because there's so many ups in entrepreneurship. Do not get me wrong. This is not a Debbie Downer. This is more so, hey, when you run into a situation where there is a shenanigan that happens, make sure you are protecting yourself so you can do, so you can keep on going, so you don't give up, so you don't burn out. Get your vitamin D3 or sun. Yeah, that's true. So Larry was saying, get that vitamin D3 in, or the sun. The sun is the best way to get vitamin D in. But if you're not in a sunny environment, or if you can't get outside like everybody, and detox. Okay, Larry. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I've said most of the stuff I wrote down that I do. Again, I'm taking time out of my day, morning, afternoon, night, to make sure that I'm doing breath work and meditating, because I have to do that just to make sure I'm sane. Also, when you are making those goals for you guys, yes, Gardine said to you, Larry, when you guys are creating goals, make sure that you kind of break them up into smaller goals. And so when you hit those goals, you can celebrate, you guys. We need those endorphins in our life, like that dopamine. That's going to help us, you guys. So make sure you're celebrating. Like I said, you can have the overarching goal to, whatever it is. Sell 100 houses, make $1 million, help 1,000 clients this year, whatever. But then break it up into smaller goals so that we can be excited whenever we hit those goals, right? Because that's going to help our body feel good. Again, I'm not a medical professional. I'm going to keep saying that because nobody's going to get on me. But make sure you are celebrating your wins. And maybe you could do a daily thing. Like I read this book, The Magic, and it was telling us to get a rock. And at the end of every single day, it was saying, get that rock. Hey, Elena, we had MFA group chat, so we could, you need that. You need to be able to chat with other people. I agree. But yeah, The Magic is a good book. It's about gratitude. It's similar to, Law of Attraction and everything like that. But I'm saying have this rock, and every night go over your wins, go over the things that went well. And I think that's a good way to end the day, but it's also a great way to celebrate. So yeah, find some balance, like we were saying, especially if you work from home, find that balance, set some boundaries. Maybe you don't look at your phone after 6 p.m. Maybe you don't take client calls after 7, or whatever it is, whatever your boundary is. Again, I'm just throwing some stuff out that's been working for me, and also sharing with you guys what was going on with me. Like, I really was starting to get a little, I felt it coming, and I had to slow it down. I can't take as many appointments as I used to. I can't go as hard. Go. I can't do that right now. It's just not for me right now. That go 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 mentality. I'm all for it. Phone detox. I heard that. Yeah. Yes. I'm all for go 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 go. But there are certain seasons when perhaps sometimes I just need to be settled in with myself and make sure that I'm taking care of myself. So that's pretty much it for me today, you guys. Thanks for being interactive with me. If you catch the replay, hashtag replay me. Everybody who was here live, thank you guys so much. And hey, anybody who is interested in the entrepreneurial journey and doesn't know how to get in, I am doing a masterclass tomorrow, which is Wednesday, all about how to take what you already know, whatever it is, if it's something you're doing in corporate America or anywhere else, take what you already know and then package it into a course and start making revenue that way. I'm not saying there's no stress at it, because I would be lying if I told you that, but it is a great way to make money from what you already know. And it's a great way to package your expertise and help other people grow to be great like you. So if you're great at mental health stuff, if you're great at real estate, if you're great at stocks, if you're great at Bitcoin, if you're a great mom, if you're a great dog mom, whatever it is, what's up, Trayvon? Trey's in the house. Whatever you're great at, whatever it is you guys are great at. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate you, Aaron. You're awesome too. Whatever you're great at, figure out how to package that into a course and show other people how to be great just like you. Trey, we're finishing up. We're all going over stuff you've taught me, how to meditate, how to calm down, how to do breath work. Trayvon, if you guys ever, need a great person to work you out, he's world class. I will vouch for him. But yeah, we're finishing up, but we're going all over how to maintain our sanity, even as entrepreneurs during the ebbs and the flows. So again, if you guys want to join my masterclass tomorrow, I'd love you to be there. I'll be just showing you how to really monetize. And this would be a great way to get more time back in your schedule so you can meditate, so you can go on vacation, so you can take breaks. Some of the stuff we talked about here, and it will give you those boundaries, and you can kind of separate work from home if you work from home, because this would be something that's selling in the online space. All right. Well, enjoyed you guys to the utmost. Y'all were great, 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 great. I'll see you guys next time. And if there's anything else you want me to talk about, just let me know. Yes, wonderful. Appreciate you, Trey. Anything else you guys want to talk about? You guys are always DMing me on topics. This was a great one that came up, so I'm glad I was able to talk to it. I appreciate you guys to the utmost. I guess see you later. Bye, guys. Bye, Facebook. Finished. Not now. All right, there we go. Finish. And